morning, Apple Hill. This is Barb.
It's a flower shop now.
Yes, we do deliver.
But 7714 Lake Street hasn't always smelled so sweet. It used to be home of the Cub Theatre, which turned Triple X in 1974. The community was outraged. Bear Lake's first and only picket occurred out of protest. Even though there was protests in the new adult theater in town, not all villagers were opposed. Of this opinion was Mrs. Cheryl Fox Houghton, who managed the Cub while it was adult.
So I was all for it, because I really thought this area needed to be loosened up.
Donna Ronning, who owned the theater with her husband Red several years before it was adult, disapproved of the theater. She shared with us how she felt when the theater became Triple X.
Totally disgusted. This is a quiet, clean little town, and for someone to bring in that kind of trash, everyone was pretty upset.
Despite the town's displeasure, the Cub encountered few problems.
Other than the churches themselves and the immediate elders or whatever in the congregation, we didn't have any problems. They just formed that big old picket line and picketed us for, I think, the first 4 days.
Other than the picket, there was a circuit court session for an injunction against showing the adult films. The village council members had a petition signed by 250 locals. The injunction was denied due to a loophole in a state law. Besides all this, the Cub was successful.
Well, on the anniversary of that first week, we made like $100,000. 341 seats, and we filled her up every time we opened the doors. People were really interested. A lot of people came to me after they had seen the movie, and they'd say, "Thank you. I thought there was something wrong with my husband."
The barber was talking to Tim. He was just little, I don't remember how old, but Tim told the barber that he lived in Bear Lake, and the barber said, "Oh, Bear Lake, that's the home of the Triple X Theater." People came from miles and miles to see these movies, and the streets were solid cars because it was well attended, but it wasn't the locals.
I was thinking about the men that would sneak down there and ask, well, they'd call ahead first, and they'd ask my husband now, they'd say, "Jim, can you open the back door so I can come in and watch the movie?" And he just said, "I don't have a ticket taker down there. No, I'm not opening the fire escape doors." But, I mean, like, every week. In the winter time, even, they'd want to come in the back door. But I just happened to remember something. There's one thing that I learned very quickly about female porn stars. They all have dirty feet, and back then they all wore turquoise jewelry.
The adult films were brought to an end when the Cub was bought and renovated. The building became a community room, though it didn't last long due to little parking. Over the years, 7714 Lake Street was many things, including an ice cream shop in the early 90s. Presently, Apple Hill Creations resides there, a quiet little flower shop that has never caused any uproar.
Okay, thank you very much. Bye.